The angel appears to Mary and says, "Rejoice, O highly favored daughter. The Lord is with you. Blessed are you among women." But Mary is deeply troubled by his words. Why would anyone be troubled to hear that God favors her? Let's imagine the scene. Mary has been doing laundry and is drying her hands on her apron while the messenger of God speaks to her. She's no one special, just one of the many women in Nazareth who expect to spend a lifetime bearing babies, baking bread, cleaning house, and looking after their husbands. Though there have been great women in the history of Israel, they're long dead. Why should she expect anything special from God or anyone else? Yet, here is an angel telling her she's specially favored by God. There's a problem in being specially favored by God. It usually means that God has chosen one to do something special, given a call that requires a break from a comfortable everyday existence to do something that may make no sense. Mary's society may not have offered her much of a life, but at least it was secure. It was the life her mother, her grandmother, and all the women she knew had lived. There was security in it, and even some personal fulfillment, according to the terms she had been taught to seek. What if God's favor meant abandoning that security and being someone other than her society envisioned? That's the trouble with God. Just when we think our lives are going smoothly, not great, but not bad, God shakes us up with a call. Frequently, it's less pleasant than we think the appearance of an angel might be. It may be something that can drive us to despair. The difficulty is that we're willing to settle for less than what God offers. We're offered God and want the world instead. Sometimes it takes wrenching separation to prepare us to accept God's offer. And what of Mary? The angel offers her an unplanned pregnancy, the risk of a broken engagement, the likelihood of ostracism by family and friends. Had she answered, "Thanks, but no thanks," she would have been a very sensible woman. Yet, Mary was not sensible. It takes unsensible people obeying unsensible calls to do unsensible things in order to bring Christ to the world. But why Mary? There would have been a rabbi in town who had dedicated his life to the law of God and service to God's people. Just about any man would have been better educated than Mary. There would have been more powerful people, more socially prestigious people. Even among the women in town, there would have been wives of prominent men, mothers of many sons. Why did God choose to favor an unmarried girl? God doesn't choose the way we would. God chooses worldly weakness to proclaim divine power. That's the reason Mary was chosen, and the reason we've been chosen. All of us know deep down that we're poor, weak sinners, lost in the world, and hoping that no one will notice that we're not really grown-ups yet. And God has chosen us to be bearers of Christ for the world. We share Mary's vocation. She was chosen to bear the Savior. In our baptism, we have been appointed to do the same, to bring Christ to the world, to be Christ for the world. Mary gave Jesus a body. So do I. So do you. The story of Mary is our story too, or it can be. The key is our response. The whole story of Christmas depended upon one woman's willingness to say, "I am the handmaid of the Lord. Let it be done to me as you say." Am I willing to say the same? As we celebrate our final Sunday before Christmas, Mary's willingness to say yes is an example and a challenge to each of us. Am I as ready as she to say yes to God's call to bring Christ into the world? Am I as ready as she to risk what doing the will of God might mean in my day-to-day life? If I can follow Mary's example, then my life will be Christmas for my brothers and sisters, the coming in unlikely circumstances of the Savior of the world.